Well, I hope this thing's on now. Like I said, I've noticed that when you hit the go live button on this thing, it'll say you're live, but then when you go to the playback, the first like 10 seconds are gone. It's amazing to me. It's like if it's not live at that point that it's going to actually put it on your channel, then wait a minute. It's like, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing out there? It's a beautiful. Heck, I forgot what morning it is. It's just. Oh, it's actually it's a bit better out here today because it's about 32. Well, actually it was 36 yesterday, but something like that. It got it too. But here we are, spring in Ohio. It can't make up its mind whether it's going to be cold, hot, or whatever. And I have an eerie feeling it's going to be another one of them years where we go straight from winter right into summer. And I just noticed a few things out there yesterday I found kind of ironic, and I was like, oh my God. But that's just me, moving on. But, all right, let's get to it. Now, the reason why this thing's called the whole nine mess, you got people out there talking smack about Eccleston again because he said he wouldn't want to do a multi-doctor story and all this. And they're saying that Eccleston is selfish. And I'm loving how these people are jumping up and down saying, all this stuff about Eccleston. You see, this also started with Narcotic, because he made this big episode about how Eccleston was a sellout and all of that. And now you get everybody pissed off because Eccleston doesn't want to come back for a multi-doctor story and all that. But that's his opinion. As much as we don't like it, you've got to respect it. Plus, I don't like it when somebody is considered selfish when, like I said, I can show you photos. Matter of fact, I may have to put them up tonight on my community tab on my channel, where when Eccleston was doing Macbeth, even long before he agreed to come back for Big Finish, he was out there doing autographs for everybody and not charging a dime. I can show you a picture right now if I had it on the phone. But I do know where it is on my computer. Where Eccleston was literally like 15 minutes from a curtain call. He was running a bit late. He shows up, and there's this group of fans behind, at the backstage door, and he, dropped off his stuff, came right back out, and made sure everybody in that backstage door got an autograph photo. And he, like I said, he didn't charge them a dime. He didn't shun anybody away if it was a Doctor Who photo. Matter of fact, he agreed. He led to talk about Doctor Who. He has no hatred for Doctor Who itself. I keep explaining to people, how can you expect Eccleston to come back to Doctor Who when the same team that pissed him off in the first place is now going to be in charge of the show? You see, the Beeb, he still has big fat problems with the Beeb. I think it came out a while later that it was RTD who he had clashed with over his impressions of the character versus his, and that it resulted in a big clash. It really did. It was, but also you got to remember the BBC blacklisted him. They tried to basically run him out of work because he refused to do a season 2. There's like, okay, don't mess with us. We'll learn you, boy. It's like me. It's like, ugh. We'll teach you how to not screw us over. Oh, why am I doing the BBC in a bad Southern accent? That's bad. That's creepy. But you see, that's what happened. I'm sorry, but would you willingly go back to work for somebody who screwed you over? And that'd be like me going back to my first job when they told me I wasn't, they fed me this line about how I wasn't good enough. I went home. I was really disappointed because I worked my ass off. And my dad said, look, I'm proud of you. I saw you out there working your ass off. And he goes, by the way, he goes, I went back to that store about a week ago. And I was like, yeah. He goes, he talked to a few friends of his. He goes, the guy hired in his nephew. He basically, when he called you in there and fed you a line of crap, He wanted you to sign. Yeah, he goes, you signed the quit papers, didn't you? He goes, yeah, because that's what he wanted you to do. He wanted you to quit so that way he can get a relative of his into the job. And that's what happened. You see what I mean? But now, would I go back and ever work for that company? No. Well, also because that company's pretty much gone at this point. And also, I wasn't really making it. It was one of my first jobs. But you see what I mean? Would you willingly go back to an employer, who said, well, you didn't do what we wanted you to the first time, so, we're gonna run you out of town. We're gonna do everything we can. And then years later, well, we'd really like you back. The fans want you back. And he was like, it's the same people in charge, though. Yeah, sure, it's being co-produced by somebody else, but it's the same lineup. So I don't know why everybody talks smack about Eccleston about that, because I can perfectly understand why. But of course, people are mad because he, said the multi-doctor stories are a cash-in. Well, that's his opinion. It's like, yeah, we don't like it, but that's what it is. Well, I'm sorry to run out on you in a hurry, but I just looked at the clock and I'm running behind a little bit today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. Everybody keeps asking when these things are going to happen. I'm usually out here about 20 after 5 Eastern time, if not a little sooner than that. So think about a quarter after, something on there. And, that way if you want to tune in the morning, get some spare time, which means that'd be about, add 5 hours to that for, UK if you want to sit in. But like I said, I just want to come on and say, look, everybody, please quit talking smack about, Chris Eccleston. All right. Also, there were a few people who harped on him because he said Jody was the greatest doctor as far as you're concerned. That's his opinion. It's like there's people out there who worship Colin Baker, even though he got a bad rap. Same thing with Sylvester McCoy. Well, I got to get out of here, because they got bad raps. They were blamed for stuff that was not out of their hands. Well, I'm going to get running because I literally have to leave now because the door is calling. So everyone, please take care, be safe, be kind. Think of those people in the Ukraine this morning and what they're going through. Before you even declare that you're having a bad day, start thinking, hey, you could be in the middle of a war-torn country. These people just did not deserve to have this happen to. No one does. All right, take care, everyone. Have a good day. And hopefully we'll see you in the future.